So, hey, we're going to do a company spotlight right now like we periodically do. And today we're going to focus on MyStaff Inc. And the head of MyStaff is with us, Brad Jones. Brad, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
It's good to have you on. And so kind of give us the little 30,000-foot overview of MyStaff.
Sure, yeah. So we are a boutique staffing agency. We've got 9 employees, and essentially we help Omaha companies find talent. And I guess we've expanded beyond Omaha throughout Nebraska, but initially started really focusing on our backyard, focusing on the Omaha area. So a lot of accounting, administrative, clerical, human resource type positions. And we get to meet a lot of business owners and large organizations, get to know what they do, and try to help them find the best person for their teams.
At MyStaff, what size of firms do you like to, what's your sweet spot as far as working with companies? Is it small private companies? Is it larger companies?
So we do both. We work with most of the Fortune 1000 companies in town, but personally, I love working with small and mid-sized businesses. I can relate to some of the hiring challenges that they've had, and helping them find those kind of key players within their organizations to help lead and grow. I find that to be pretty impactful. So, but we work with all of them. I mean, everyone needs accounting, and everyone needs that strong clerical person. So we do a little bit of everything across so many different sizes.
We're talking with Brad Jones, owner of MyStaff Inc. And Brad, you talked about the challenges, and that's all we hear about when we talk to people when it comes to hiring or growing their business. How bad is it out there to get talent these days?
I mean, it's tough. In some verticals, there are twice the number of jobs as there are qualified candidates. So, the competition is pretty fierce when it comes to finding very skilled labor, and a lot of companies are missing out. We're seeing increased wages like we've never seen before. Candidates are getting 4 and 5 offers as they're putting their resumes out there. So, time makes a big difference when you're going through the interview process, and it's really more competitive than I've ever seen it.
So at MyStaff, I'm sure that one of the most important things is to get quality candidates
right
for the companies you work with. And the last couple of years, the bar hasn't been set very high for. There's been so many jobs available that some candidates kind of skate through or whatever. How do you screen potential candidates? Because obviously it's to your best interest to have candidates that not only do a good job but stay in place.
Yeah, it's a challenge, and through any interview process, you try to be as thorough as you can and ask questions about their work history, try to get references, try to qualify them as much as possible. But I think that a lot of employers are looking to their prior work history just to identify patterns. Are they job hopping? Are they moving around quite a bit? Is this person going to be loyal to me? And that, we've certainly seen an increase the last couple of years in candidates who have had shorter tenure with companies than maybe what we saw 10 and 15 years ago. But I think employers are loosening some of their qualifications when it comes to education. And
tattoos.
Yes, absolutely. And maybe focusing a little bit more on whether or not this person can do the job for me right now, and not looking as much at, is this person going to be here in 5 or 10 years?
But it really is a two-way street. Employers have to keep up their end of the bargain and treat their employees well, and both sides of that relationship have to work, obviously.
Definitely. And we've seen a lot of employers really adapting to that and trying to offer more benefits, better benefits, increasing wages for all employees. So they're overcoming equity issues as they're hiring in new employees and raising their existing employees. Some are offering hybrid, some are offering remote. So just trying to offer more flexible working conditions for a lot of their workers, keep them happy.
Brad, when we talk about the talent shortage, do you see any change in the last few months? Is it getting better, worse, or is it pretty much static?
I would say it's pretty static. this time of year, I always tell people that our industry sort of follows the school schedule. So the interview process takes longer during the summer. I think, people are using vacation, whether that's on the employer side or the candidate side. So, from interview to hire, the process stretches out a little longer through summer months, and we're starting to see an uptick going into the fall. But that's a typical situation for our industry. Same thing sort of happens around the holiday season. So based on the number of positions that are coming into us, we're not seeing any signs of hiring slowing down, and we're not seeing. And we advertise positions as well. We're not seeing an uptick in number of candidates that are looking for positions either. So I'm not expecting big changes into the next couple of months.
Brad, before we wrap up, I want to ask you a little bit about how people can access your services.
Sure.
Do you represent employers? Do you represent candidates? Do you represent both? And how would people interface with MyStaff Inc.?
Sure. Well, we need both in order to be successful. So, I spend a lot of my time working with companies trying to identify who they need. And then we have a team of recruiters who are really focused on the candidate side, trying to make sure that we are finding the right folks for these companies. So we advertise our positions on our website, mystaffinc.com. And then we're always available to set up virtual interviews and over the phone if someone wanted to reach out to us that way.
So if a candidate wants to be on your radar, they can do that.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, the company is MyStaff Inc., mystaffinc.com. Outstanding services in staffing and recruiting and temporary services here in the metro area. Brad Jones, appreciate you joining us. And we also appreciate you being one of the sponsors of our Grow Omaha Weekly Market Report.
Well, we love it. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of it.
That's awesome. All right. Brad Jones from MyStaff Inc.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.